So let's start with the second problem. Okay, so a block of weight 500 Newton is placed on an inclined plane at an angle of 20 degree with horizontal. Okay, if coefficient of friction, that is if mu is 0.14, find P, which is applied parallel to the plane. Okay, so this is a plane, the P is applied parallel to the plane, that is along x-axis, to just move the block up the plane. So motion is taking in the upward direction along the plane or parallel to the plane. Okay, so now we know that if P is acting like this, that means motion is taking in this direction, that means frictional force acts in the opposite direction. So this is the direction of frictional force. You can show here or you can show here, both are right. Okay, next we know that weight will be acting vertically downwards. It's an inclined plane, so weight is acting vertically downwards. If this is 20, you know that the angle here is also 20 degree, right? So normal reaction perpendicular to the contact surface. So this is normal reaction, this is the contact surface, so this is perpendicular to the contact surface. If you draw in the coordinate system, let this be your x-axis, let this be your y-axis. Okay, so now first P is acting, this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis, right? P is acting along positive x-axis, so I will show P here, right? Next, normal direction is acting along positive y-axis, so this is normal reaction acting along positive y-axis. Frictional force is acting along negative x-axis, so this is frictional force acting along negative x-axis. Now this is W. Okay, it is acting in third quadrant. Okay, this is y-axis, this is your x-axis, first quadrant, second quadrant, third and fourth quadrant, right? So weight is acting in the third quadrant, so this is the weight. Angle is 20 with vertical, so angle is 20 degree with vertical. This is W. W is given as 500, right? So there are two components. So this is 500. This is 20 means this is cos 500 cos 20, and here it is 500 sin 20. 500 cos 20 and 500 sin 20. Okay. So we'll solve it here. Now the same problem. So it is given that weight is 500, theta is 20 degree, coefficient of friction mu is 0.14. We need to find the value of P. The same figure, this one I have written here. Okay, so here W is 500 and theta is 20 degree. Theta is 20 degree. Okay, so the first condition, summation of horizontal forces is equal to 0. So horizontal forces is plus P acting along positive x-axis minus F minus W sin theta. W is 500 and theta is 20. So plus P minus F minus 500 sin 20 is equal to 0. P minus F is equal to 171. 500 sin 20 is 171. Okay. Second condition, summation of vertical forces is equal to 0. You can see here plus N, right, minus W cos theta. So W is 500, theta is 20. So N is equal to 500 cos 20. You got the value of N as 469.84 newtons. Third condition, we know that coefficient of friction is equal to F divided by N. So F is equal to what? F is equal to mu into N. Mu is given as how much? Mu is given as 0.14. So 0.14 into N is equal to what? N is equal to 469. You got the value of F as 65.8. So using the equation number 1, P minus F is equal to 171. P is equal to 171 plus F. P is equal to 236.8 newtons. This completes the second problem. Okay, so let me start with a simple problem. Okay, so the given problem is a body of weight 300 Newton is lying on a rough horizontal plane having coefficient of friction as 0.3. Find the value of P, which can move the body while acting at an angle 25 degree with horizontal. That means here we need to find the value of P. Okay, so the body is here, so we all know that weight will be acting vertically downwards, so normal direction will be acting vertically upwards because there is a perfectly horizontal contact surface. So this is the value of P. That means if P is acting like this, that means the motion is taking in this direction, right? We can assume that the motion is taking in this direction. That means frictional force acts in the opposite direction. So this is the direction of frictional force acting. Suppose if you draw your coordinate system here, so this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis, right? Now, so P is acting in which quadrant? You can see here, if you draw the quadrants here. So P is acting in first quadrant. So this is P. What is the angle? Angle here is 25 degree. That means this is P cos 25 and this will be P sin 25, right? P cos 25 and P sin 25. Next, weight is acting vertically downwards. So you can see here, the weight is acting vertically downwards, right? Normal direction is acting vertically upwards. So I'll indicate here, normal direction acting vertically upwards. Frictional force acting along negative x-axis. So frictional force acting along negative x-axis. The same I have drawn here. Okay. So weight is acting vertically downwards. Frictional force, you can see the diagram here. Okay. So 1 second. So weight is acting vertically downwards here. So weight is acting vertically downwards. Normal direction acting vertically upwards. Normal direction acting vertically upwards. P acting in the first quadrant. So which can result into P cos 25, P sin 25, P cos 25, P sin 25. Frictional force acting along negative x-axis. Frictional force acting along negative x-axis. Right. Now we have to use the condition summation H. First condition, summation of horizontal forces is equal to 0, right? So summation H equal to 0. Summation H equal to 0 is, this is P cos 25 acting along positive x-axis, so plus P cos 25 minus F is equal to 0. First condition. Second condition, we know that mu is equal to F divided by N. That is, coefficient of friction is equal to frictional force divided by normal reaction. So from this equation we can write N is equal to what? N is equal to F divided by mu. So that's equal to F will keep it as it is. Mu is equal to what? Mu is equal to 0.3. The third condition, summation of vertical forces is equal to 0. So vertical forces is plus N plus P sin 25 because both are acting along positive x-axis minus W is equal to 0. So plus N plus P sin 25 minus W is equal to 0. N plus P sin 25, that's equal to W. So now we know that from 2, N is equal to what? F by 0.3. So this is, in the place of N, we'll put F by 0.3. So F by 0.3 plus P sin 25 is equal to 300, right? So from equation number 1, F is equal to what? P cos 25. In place of F, we'll put P cos 25 divided by 0.3 plus this equal to 300. If we solve this equation, we get the value of P as 87.11 newtons.